Hey, everybody. How are you? Coach Margene here. Welcome to the Facebook group, Focus on Facebook with Coach MJ. And if you're new to my tribe, you're new to my group, welcome. So happy to have you here. I hope that you are finding the value that I try to deliver to help you be encouraged as an entrepreneur to grow your business, maybe find some tips or tricks, or maybe get some things that maybe you're confused about cleared up, or a thought that you have that you weren't quite sure would be something that would be beneficial, because we all learn from each other. And as we go through our business strategies and try something that didn't work for us, and we explain what happened and why it didn't work, then maybe you can avoid those pitfalls and change your strategy. Or maybe it's a strategy that didn't work for me, but it works for you because you can see the vision in your business of how you can make it work. So that's what we're here for. And today we are reading chapter 2 of The Residual Life, which residual income comes from you having a business, online business, door to door business, knock on door business. They call it a network marketing company. But if you're an entrepreneur, you have a product you sell, you're a networker. You are marketing because you have to take your goods to market. You got to get ads out there, as we call them, to open that door to connect with people that need your services or need the products that you offer. And so we're reading this information, which has really been very educational on the history, is what we've been studying so far of network marketing. And some of the, I guess you'd have to say, trial and error processes that people have taken during their journey, and realizing that times have changed and they don't necessarily do these in-home parties as much as they used to, or set up a big huge conference room in a hotel and invite people to come. That things have gone into a different direction virtually, which opens the door for more and more people to be able to participate in a business opportunity, regardless of where you live in the world. It's international companies that are offering opportunities for people to get their feet wet for a low investment and discover if it's something that they've had burning in their heart that they love to do, and now have a chance to do it. So I'm going to start with chapter 2. Think like an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurs are the only ones who will work 80 hours a week to avoid working 40 hours a week. Lori Grenier. So you signed up in a network marketing company and now you're an entrepreneur. Well, not just yet. That is the first step. You have to sign up. You have to commit. According to the dictionary, an entrepreneur is someone who is willing to put up a financial risk and operate a business. When you sign up with a direct selling network marketing company, you are purchasing products that you will use. You will hopefully enjoy the products you purchase and receive a great benefit from them. In addition to that, if you don't love the products, all legitimate companies have a return policy or a buyback policy, or both. So what real risk are you taking? Well, I'll answer that for you. None. You are taking no risk. If you don't like what you've purchased, you can return it for a partial or a full refund. There are virtually zero financial risks to you. So let's be honest. Most people are not entrepreneurs. They don't know what it means to be one, nor how to pursue business as an entrepreneur. How can we expect people to know what it means to build a business in this profession? The bottom line is we can't. We need to do a much better job teaching people what it means, what it takes, and most of all, how to help them shift their thinking from employee to entrepreneur. We set ourselves and our team up for failure when we do not manage their expectations. If you want to be a doctor, you would know there is a specific professional path you're required to take. There is a large investment of time and money into your education and training before you can ever diagnose a single patient or even make a dollar as a doctor. If you want to be a lawyer, you need to go to college, law school, and pass the bar before defending as a lawyer. And when you went to cosmetology school, it took an investment of 16 hours of education to practice before you could get that state licensing exam. Then you had to be an assistant before you could ever take on clients. About any type of job imaginable requires a significant amount of training before you can begin the job, and any profession that has the potential to pay you six figures a year or more requires a lot of time and training. Outside of network marketing, this is not only acceptable, but it also is celebrated. Just go and tell someone that you've decided to go back to college. Tell them you're going to invest six figures into your education for the next 6 or more years so that you can earn more at your job or start a new career, and people will throw you a party. They will celebrate you and your decision. No one in their right mind would ask you 2 or 3 months into your journey how much money you're making or how much success you've had. They understand that you are investing in a better future. They even edify you for going into debt and spending such a large amount of your time to have a better future. However, join a network marketing company and see how quickly their standards change. If someone isn't making 10K a month within their first 6 months, people scoff and sneer. They tell other people, well, nothing happened, so it must be a scam. They say these things don't work and they quit. Those same people never took the time to be trained, learn, nor treat it like a real profession or a viable career. They joined, used a few products, and maybe looked at a website or got on one call, maybe. They talked to a few people with little or no training, heard two or three no's, and decided it doesn't work. Why do we have such a different standard? Why have we put network marketing in its own category of standards of time and financial investment? This can be a career where you can create an income larger than a doctor, a lawyer, or even the President of the United States. But it will require some time, education, and some skill building. It is up to us to help change the way we and others look at this profession. I have listened to many million-dollar earners say that when they started, they had a several-year plan to make it work. They did not tell themselves they would give it 3 to 6 months, or if it didn't work in that short time frame, that they would quit. They decided from the beginning that they would give it 3 years, 5 years, or 10 years to create the income and lifestyle they desired. Can you make money fast in this profession? Oh, yes, you sure can, but this is really about the long game. You must come into this profession with a career mindset. If you have a hobby mindset, you'll be paid a hobby income. If you have the long game in mind and career mindset, the sky is the limit. Entrepreneurs think about time and money such differently. You may be an accidentalpreneur. You signed up, consumed some great products, got results, and people couldn't stop talking about them. So you decided to give the business a shot. You didn't sign up looking for a potential business opportunity, but now you're interested. Or maybe you're a wannabe-preneur. You love the idea of being an independent business owner, but you have never owned a business. You don't know what it's like, what it takes because you're always had a boss guiding you. If those either of those describe you or some variation of you, you'll need to begin to change your thinking. You'll need to start thinking like an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurs think about time and money much differently. It isn't linear. It is all about the investment and the return on that investment. An entrepreneur realizes that you'll invest more time, money, and energy on the front end, but over time that will flip. Let's talk specifically about being a network marketing entrepreneur. In the beginning, you will be investing time and not get paid in relation to the time you're putting in. And for those who think like employees, this is a hard stage to get past. Many people won't make it past this stage. They calculate the amount of time spent working their business and the amount they earn, and they see their current job or profession is paying them more. They decide it isn't worth it and they quit. This is the wrong way to look at it. That way of thinking is why the vast majority of people never earn anything, let alone the higher incomes available to them. If you can stick it out longer in the network marketing profession and just keep going, those numbers will change dramatically. For example, if you're working your network marketing business 15 hours a week consistently for the first 6 months, and average $1,000 to $2,000 a month over that period, you would be earning between $16 and $30 an hour. Not bad. Now imagine in 2 years you're still working 15 hours per week, but now you're earning $7,000 to $10,000 a month. You'll be earning $117 to $166 per hour. I'd say that's quite a raise. The number of hours you invested hasn't changed, but the team has grown and you can earn on the accumulated efforts of the team. An entrepreneur understands that there is always an upfront investment of time, money, sweat equity first before the rewards start pouring in. Think about this. When a rocket takes off, it uses most of its fuel on the takeoff. It requires the most energy to get that enormous metal tube off the ground and into the sky. This is the same philosophy for business ownership and network marketing. I've been using work hours on these examples, but I want to make a slight shift here. While there is an investment of time required, you can compress the time required and create acceleration in the growth of your business. In network marketing, it's not how long you've been in business, but it's how many. I'll repeat that. It's not how long, but it's how many. If you want your business to grow more quickly, increase the number of people you talk to and enroll. That's an especially important tip. These There are scores of people who have been in network marketing for 2 to 6 years and still have not earned more than a few $1,000s a month. Ask them how many people they are talking to every day or week, or how many they've enrolled in the last 30 to 60 days. I would be willing to bet it is not very many, if any at all. On the flip side of that, ask the six-figure earner how many people they've enrolled in the last 12 to 18 months of their business, and most of them will tell you 100 plus. This is a numbers game, and the numbers always hold up. You can easily figure out how to speed up the process for yourself. Truth be told, the only way to speed up the growth of your business is to talk to more people faster. When you are telling your story of conviction for your products and company to more people, you will enroll more people. When you enroll more people, you are compressing time in your business. Tip: to speed up the process of building your business, talk to more people. Another important part of your investment in your network marketing company is attending company events. Over the years, I have seen it repeatedly. People desperately want to earn a full-time income for their families, yet they are unwilling to invest in the training required to take themselves or their business to the next level. Your company events are not a nice little party you get invited to that you can either attend or miss on a whim. Your company events are non-negotiable if you are trying to make this your career with a significant income. The cost to attend a network marketing corporate event is pennies on the dollar compared to any other personal or skill development event outside of this profession. I speak to you from experience as I have planned larger events inside and outside the network marketing profession. Personal growth and skill development events can cost several hundred thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars. I know this because I have attended many of them. There is no comparison with the price of the events your company puts on, which may cost you just a few $100s. Trust me when I tell you that your company puts on these events for your benefit. Those events are not profitable for the company. They are solely for the growth of and benefits of the distributors, you. You should view these as the cost of doing business, and you should immediately begin to teach your business partners the same thing. Your income growth will directly relate to the amount of your team that attends a company event. This is a fact. You should teach yourself and your team that event attendance is not a sacrifice, but an investment, and a very worthy one at that. In 2020 and even into 2021, live corporate events were mostly canceled and replaced with online events. While we were all happy to have something to attend and point people to, these were not even a close second to an actual live event. It was much harder to rally people to attend an event in their living room. If you have the chance to attend a live event, do it and bring as many people with you as you can who can work with you. The more people you can get to your company's large corporate events, the larger your income will grow. I'm just going to check over here, see if we got anybody joining me in the group. I don't see anybody here, so I will continue on with chapter 2 of our reading. A network marketing entrepreneur needs to have a patient sense of urgency. Oxymoron? No, and here's why. You need to build your business with a sense of urgency that will create energy, and that energy creates energy or synergy. That is a lot of activity in a lot of places within your team. The patience part comes in knowing that building a residual empire takes time. Most companies have a compensation structure that is built to keep your incentives with bonuses and commissions to keep you working while the network of customers and consumers is growing. That network is what will provide the leverage and freedom you desire. Until that happens, you will be building in the trenches and continuing to enroll and develop leaders. I call it patient urgency. We call this profession network marketing for a reason. It takes work and a lot of it. In the trenches is something Bobby has been saying for a long time. Think of trench work on tough ground, using a pick and a shovel, not really getting anywhere until you soak it with water to make it softer. At the beginning of your journey in this profession, it can feel just like this. It can feel impossible sometimes, right? Unfamiliar territory, uncertainty, even disappointment is normal. Just know that over time, soaking the ground, it does not get easier. You become more familiar, more certain, and more confident, just like you have felt in the past when you started a job. Give it time. You must train your brain to think outside the box of what is normal. You need to open some space inside your mind to allow you to do things differently than you have done in the past. You need to understand that to create a full-time income, you must be open to doing different things for your business more than you have done as an employee. Change is hard for most people, really, really hard, and sometimes virtually impossible. People begin to change, and that feels weird, so they feel like they need to return to what feels comfortable. As a network marketing entrepreneur, you must accept and enjoy the fact that you are going to be out of your comfort zone for a while. The path that most of us have been taught to follow is not the only path. Shark Tank star Kevin O'Leary says, people don't start a business out of greed or for the money, they do it for the freedom. We are willing to work harder, knowing that the payoff is much more than financial. In network marketing, that is why finding a mentor is so crucial. Every single success story has this in common. They all had someone or multiple people who coached and guided them. They found someone who had something they wanted knowledge, success, a system, a path that worked, and they learned everything they could from that person. Network marketing is the only profession I have found that has that system built in. You don't have to pay big bucks to be mentioned. You can search your pipeline, your upline, if you're already in a company, for someone successful who has a vested interest in your success. If you are not signed up in a company yet, be selective with whom you partner with. It matters. Make sure that you will be able to have access to someone who will be willing and passionate in mentoring you. As a leader myself, I love nothing more than to find people on my team who are hungry and coachable. That leads me into a particularly important part of being a network marketing entrepreneur. This profession attracts people from every walk of life, every level of success in every possible profession. Sometimes, when someone comes from a highly successful background into this profession, we think this will be an easy shift for them. If they are successful in their current career, they would easily be successful with this one. I have seen this happen. Someone with success and influence can jump into network marketing and grow a team with a lot of speed, and I have also seen them fall flat on their face as well. One especially important character trait of a successful entrepreneur is to be coachable. If someone's past success has led to arrogance or ego, they will not be open to learning how this profession works, and no level of previous success will carry over into this new venture. It is never easy to start at the bottom, especially if you are at the top of your game and making a lot of money in your current career or have received any level of recognition. Trust me on this one. While Bobby and I started our own network marketing company, I felt I had arrived. All we had been through together as a couple and on our own had led us to this massive opportunity. We were going to create something that would last a lifetime and help thousands of families along the way. God has given us a truly clear vision of our mission, and we were passionate about seeing it through. Bobby was the co founder and CEO, and I was co founder and president. Me, a teen mom who came from nothing, had overcome so many obstacles and a lot of adversity, was the co founder and president of my very own company in a profession I loved. It was surreal. For 2.5 years, we burned the candle at both. One very important character trait of a successful entrepreneur is to be coachable. They burned the candle at both ends. We ran the office with the corporate side during the day. We built with the distributors at night and on weekends, just like a traditional networker. It was a very humble start. I told people I told people it was a labor of love because it was not freedom. It was 18-hour days, never-ending work, and little budget to go with. But we had our sights on the vision, and we did it without complaint. Our little company slowly grew. We had created an incredible culture and a loyal team that felt more like a family to us than a business. This made it exceedingly difficult to acknowledge when we both began to feel something wasn't right. We did not want to admit that things were changing. Our relationship with our investors felt strained. I won't bore you with the details, but the bottom line is this. We had partnered with a group of people who never intended us to see our vision to fruition. They sought out people like Bobby and I, ambitious, energetic, successful team leaders who could build the distributor base. Then, at some point, they would drop the leaders, the company and co founders, and keep the distributors. They would absorb the smaller company into a larger company that they owned and keep a dying company alive with those injections of new customers. Of course, we did not know any of this at the time. It was a brutal lesson to learn. The D-Day came. We sat down on a Friday morning of our quarterly board meeting with the investors. Bobby and I were excited to share fresh marketing materials and trainings we had created to help keep our little company growing. We had spent several months creating the system for our distributors to follow, and we were to present it to the board that day, but we never had the chance to do that. Within the first 5 minutes of the board meeting, we were told they were changing direction and we were no longer included in their plans. Talk about a punch to the gut. I went numb in one fell swoop. Everything we had poured into our company was gone. They owned more of the business than we did, so they had the ability to vote us out. I will never forget that day. It shaped many things about who I am today. For 2.5 years, Bobby and I had contacted every person we had ever known and invited them on this journey with us. We told them that we could ensure that we would always do the right thing for them and always put their interests first with us as owners. We promised integrity and heart above greed and backstabbing. We even had a Bible verse on the back of every product and box. Isaiah 43:18 through 19, which reads, "Forget the former things, do not dwell on the past. See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I am making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland." And in an instant it was all gone. Not only was our dream dead, so was the dream of thousands of others who followed and believed us. I was devastated and humiliated at the same time. The so-called new direction the brand wanted to go in fell apart in the next 90 days, and the company, along with our dream, disappeared. Where do you go from there? What is the next step for a former CEO and president of a company? We had built two organizations together to six figures a year incomes, and we had owned our own network marketing company. What could be next? Starting back at the bottom, how was that God's plan? When we decided what our next steps were, we considered a lot of options. Staying on the corporate side of the profession, go back to doing hair, or we could go back to being distributors and build another team. We chose the latter. We decided to give it one more try and build a team again. I still had a belief in the profession. I hung on to the silver of hope that I had more in the tank, and we got started again at the bottom, just like everyone else. We didn't start with the new company trying to be experts or know it alls. We didn't rely on our past success as the thing we talked about. We yielded to the successful upline, and we became the best students again. We were completely coachable to the ways of the company we chose, to the ways of the team we were in, and followed diligently. Did we know how to build teams? Of course we did. We had done it more than once with incredible success. Both Bobby and I were smart enough and humble enough to know that we had to follow the leader to be successful with this new company we chose. Being able to allow someone who was having success, someone who forged a path and it was available for you to follow, is not about being a follower. It's about being a leader with enough sense to know that you don't know everything. So we dug in. We listened and learned and we followed so that we could lead. Really think about that for a second before you read on. Entrepreneurs do not see failure like most do. They know what the world would call failure as one way that they didn't work. Those times do not derail an entrepreneur, but drive them to try again and learn from what didn't work. If your desire, your whys is big enough, those failures don't even phase you. You get back and you try get back up and try again, and this time with more knowledge and more skill. I like to call what happened to us the best worst thing that ever happened. Some of my closest friends came from that company and some of my biggest learning and growing opportunities. I am so glad it happened because it led us to the place we are today. We are living examples of all that is possible in network marketing. It isn't an overnight success. It has been a battle filled with difficult circumstances and obstacles, and we made it through. I wouldn't have it any other way. So if your desire or your why is big enough, failures don't even phase you. Get back up and try again, this time with more knowledge and more skill. So that is the end of chapter 2. Thank you so much for being here, and we will continue on next week with chapter 3, getting started. And I hope that you'll join me. Either come on live with me here on Facebook or on the Zoom call, or come in and watch the replay. Drop comments down below that you were here, hashtag live or hashtag replay, and maybe drop a little nugget or two of maybe information that encouraged you, inspired you, or gave you that knock on the head that said, yeah, you're not playing full out. Or, yeah, I'm playing full out, but I'm not getting the support that I need, and just say need support down in that chat box, and we'll see if we can't get us to maybe come alongside you and help encourage you, have that conversation, and find out what's holding you back, what are your struggles, and get you moving forward in your business as we move out of 2022 and into 2023. So thank you so much for being here with me today, and I hope that you have a continued blessing for the rest of this Sunday, and I will see you next week. But come back into the group and check out some of the content. Maybe you can find something that will help you get unstuck or become inspired to want to recommit yourself Maybe commit yourself once a week. Maybe start the week out every week with a new commitment to yourself, to your family, to your business, because you are perfect right here, right now, in this moment. But you can be that even more perfect you for tomorrow, for your business, for your family, for the world that you live in, by working on your skill level and your mindset and always be growing and becoming a better you. Thanks for being here. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Bye for now.